Hi everybody, Robin here, back with more news, some very exciting news. This is the Lamborghini Urus SE, a new plug-in hybrid version of the mega SUV from the Italian supercar brand, announced just ahead of the Beijing Auto Show. This is the first plug-in hybrid SUV from Lamborghini, and it packs a serious punch. Total system outputs for this two-row crossover: 789 horsepower and 701 pound-feet of torque. The main source remains a twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8, but retuned to work with electricity. That drops peak outputs of the engine alone from 657 horsepower and 627 pound-feet to 612 horsepower and 590 pound-feet. But an electric motor steps in to supply 189 horsepower and 356 pound-feet of torque on its own. The maximum output of the two working together is what brings us our 789 horsepower and 701 pound-feet of torque. The electric motor mounts inside the casing of the 8-speed automatic transmission and can power all four wheels at speeds up to 84 miles an hour. But when everything works together, the Urus SE can accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds and reach a top speed of 194 miles an hour. Whew. The source of electricity comes from a 25.9 kilowatt hour battery pack, which, incidentally, is the exact same size as the Porsche Cayenne plug-in hybrid SUV. And that's logical enough because the Porsche Cayenne and the Lamborghini Urus share a platform, and both brands are owned by Volkswagen. By the way, the 2024 Porsche Cayenne Turbo e-Hybrid is not that far behind the Lambo. It makes 729 horsepower and 700 pound-feet of torque. I actually did a separate video on the Porsche Cayenne hybrids, and if you'd like to check it out, you can do so right here, and I'll have a link in the description. Back to the SE. Lamborghini mounted that battery just above the rear axle, but beneath the floor, and claims that the Urus SE can travel up to 37 miles without using a drop of gasoline as long as you start with a full battery pack. Impressive. The all-wheel drive system utilizes an electric hydraulic clutch to distribute power between the front and rear axles. Lamborghini calls it the electric torque vectoring system. Finally, Lamborghini claims on-demand oversteer from the electric rear differential. That's something that's definitely worth a test. With all the electric wizardry at work, it is no surprise that the Urus SE has 10 different drive modes to choose from. I call 3 of them, Strada, Sport, and Corsa, your typical on-road choices. Another 3, and I apologize ahead of time for my poor pronunciation, Neve, Sabia, and Terra, are your typical off-road choices. And the final 4, EV Drive, Hybrid, Performance, and Recharge, your electric use options. Lamborghini calls the last 4 electric performance strategies. Fair enough. Drive modes also affect the ride height of the Urus, as it is equipped with air springs and can make as much as a 2.4-inch difference from the lowest or track settings to the highest position. The suspension includes adaptive stabilizer bars as well. Those work on a 48-volt system. Styling-wise, Lamborghini also refreshed the Urus. Up front, you'll see a new bumper, grille, hood, and headlights, while the rear receives a new diffuser, Y-lights, and a new spoiler, which, by the way, Lamborghini claims produces 35% more downforce than the outgoing unit. Along those lines, Lamborghini also added new underbody vents and air ducts. Finally, wheel size for the new Lamborghini Urus SE range from 21 to now 23 inches in diameter. Inside, the SE gets a new, larger center display, now 12.3 inches, which pairs nicely with its instrument cluster, also 12.3 inches. For colors, Lamborghini offers 100 exterior and 47 interior color combinations. Wow! And I have to say, when the Urus first arrived in 2019, I was impressed by its performance and wild styling, but struggled to see it as a true Lamborghini. But this SE is a turning point. Lamborghini penned a beautiful shape. The specs impress, and I quite like the idea of oversteer on demand. And it does all this while drastically reducing its carbon footprint. In the end, vehicles like this make me feel better about our automotive future. I'm Robin Warner. Thank you very much for watching.